Hi friends, myself K. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of SNH, Chebrolu Engineering College, Class 17, Introduction about Magnetic Properties. Magnetic Permeability. Permeability of a medium is a measure of the power of magnetic lines of force passed through a medium. That means the flow of flux produced by the magnet not only depends upon the magnetic field strength, but also it depends upon the property of magnetic material. That means it depends upon the permeability. It is related with the type of the medium where the magnet is placed. The force exerted by one magnetic pole on other depends upon the where the material placed in medium. That means where the magnet is placed in that medium. Generally, permeabilities are two types: absolute permeability, relative permeability. Absolute permeability means magnetic field strength decides how much of magnetic flux density is produced around the magnet in the given medium. That means the ratio of magnetic flux density B in a particular medium to the magnetic field strength H producing that flux density is called absolute permeability of that medium. This absolute permeability is represented by the letter mu. Mu is equal to formula B by H, or B is equal to mu H. The units of permeability is Henry per meter. Here we discuss permeability of free space. It is indicated by the letter mu naught. If the magnet is placed in a free space or in air, then the ratio of flux density B and the magnetic field strength H is called permeability of a free space or vacuum or air. It is denoted by the letter mu naught. It is also measured in terms of Henry per meter. It denotes how the magnetic flux or move in a free space or air. The experimental value of mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus h Henry per meter. 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. Here mu naught is written as B by H. Simply it is the ratio between magnetic flux density and to the magnetic field intensity. And another type is relative permeability. Relative permeability is indicated by the letter mu r. Generally, permeability of different magnetic materials is defined relative to the permeability of free space. That means relative permeability is defined as the ratio of flux density produced in a medium to the flux density produced in free space. Under the influence of same magnetic field, that means the same magnetic field strength and the same conditions also. If the magnetic field strength is represented by the letter H, which is developed or which is producing a flux density B in the medium, and B naught is the flux density in a free space, then mathematically mu r is written as B by B naught. But we know mu is equal to B by H and mu naught is equal to B naught by H. So mu by mu naught, that is equal to B by B naught also. Here the relative permeability is the ratio of permeability of medium to permeability of the air or free space. Here it has no units because mu has units Henry per meter and mu naught also having Henry per meter, then units are cancelled. So relative permeability has no units. For air, non-magnetic materials, relative permeability value is equal to 1. The relative permeability of metals like iron, steel, its value varies from 100 to 10,000 also. Magnetic susceptibility. The magnetic susceptibility of the specimen gives how the magnetic lines or how free the specimen can be magnetized. That means the intensity of magnetization of a sample of a material is the magnetic momentum per unit volume. Its units are ampere per meter. Now the susceptibility explains the nature of the material. That means it is also material property like permeability. It is easy with which magnetic material can be magnetized by applying magnetic force. Magnetic susceptibility of a material is the ratio of intensity of magnetization inside the material to the magnetizing field. That means intensity of magnetization is indicated by the letter either I or M, and magnetic field intensity is indicated by the letter H. Now intensity of magnetization, that means capital M, is directly related to applied field H through the susceptibility of the medium psi. Now to remove the proportionality, here the proportionality constant which is named as magnetic susceptibility. That means the definition of magnetic susceptibility is it is the ratio of intensity of magnetization produced in the sample to the magnetic field intensity which produces the magnetization phenomena. Magnetic susceptibility also having no units. It has no units. So simply susceptibility is equal to M by H, or it can be written as I by H. And the next definition, magnetization. So simply the magnetization means it is the process of converting a non-magnetic material or sample into magnetic material. That means magnetization refers the process of converting a non-magnetic sample into a magnetic sample. The intensity of magnetization is defined as magnetic momentum per unit volume in a material. It has units ampere per meter. It is totally depends upon the nature of the material. So magnetization of a material is proportional to, again here we discuss that, is proportional to magnetic field intensity whatever applied. That is magnetization M proportional to H. This is a very important topic. Relation between relative permeability, that is mu r, and susceptibility xi. The same topic again we also discuss in the relation between B, H, M, mu r and susceptibility xi also. Here, whenever a material is placed in an external magnetic field, the total flux in that material is sum of the flux in air or free space produced by external field and also flux developed in free space due to magnetization of the material. So here, what is a magnetization means? Here the pole strength is separated at the ends of the magnet. That means two equal and opposite charges are developed. That means it converted as a magnetic, non-magnetic sample into magnetic sample. Due to that, without depending upon the external field, here internally a magnetic flux is developed. That means this is a induced magnetism. So what about the total magnetic flux in that material is equal to sum of the magnetic flux developed due to external field and magnetic field developed due to induced magnetization. So here the magnetic field due to external field is represented by B naught and magnetic field due to induced magnetism is represented by Bi. So B is equal to mu naught H plus M is a relation between magnetic field intensity, magnetic flux density and magnetization. So here by simply divided the whole term with H, that is B is equal to mu naught H plus I. So here divide the equation with H, we get mu by mu naught is equal to 1 plus I by H. Mu by mu naught is equal to 1 plus I by H. So mu by mu naught is equal to 1 plus I by H. As here already we discussed that I by H or M by H is a susceptibility. So by substituting here, that is mu by mu naught is equal to 1 plus I by H. In place of I by H we simply write the susceptibility. So finally we get mu by mu naught is equal to 1 plus susceptibility. Here mu by mu naught is the ratio between permeability of the medium to permeability of the free space. Simply it is named as relative permeability. So this is the relation between relative permeability mu r and susceptibility xi. Mu r is equal to 1 plus xi. And next, spin magnetic momentum. Before we discuss that, why here we discuss about magnetic momentum? How the magnetic character is developed in a material? What is the origin of magnetic momentum? Spin magnetic momentum means it is developed by the spin of elementary particles. For example, in an atom, electrons revolve around the nucleus in a constant path, which is orbit. Due to spin motion of electron, the spin elementary particle is minus half fermion. Quantum electrodynamics gives the most accurate prediction of anomalous magnetic momentum of the electron. So here every atom is behave like a magnetic dipole. That means every substance is made with large number of atoms or molecules. In that atoms there are particles like electron, proton, neutron. All the particles are revolving around their constant stationary paths. The magnetic properties of the material is due to the motion of electrons around the nucleus in the atom. That means the macroscopic properties of magnet materials are associated with the magnetic momentum of electrons. So here in atom, the fundamental reason for the response of a material to an external magnetic field is that the atom possesses magnetic momentum. That means every atom acts like a tiny magnet. So the magnetic properties of the substance depend upon the presence of dipole momentum. If there is an angular momentum in the charged particle, there is always dipole momentum. That means every electron is associated with orbital and spin motion. As we already know, electron possesses two types of motion. One is it revolves around the nucleus, that is named as orbital motion, and revolves itself, that is spin motion of electron. So due to orbital motion of electron around the nucleus, a current carrying, that means it is imagined as a current carrying circular having no resistance. As a result, a magnetic field is developed around the atom. That's why every atom in the material acts as a tiny magnet. Generally, magnetic momentum in an atom originate from three sources. That is orbital motion of electron. So due to orbital motion of electron, orbital magnetic momentum of electron is developed. Due to spin motion of electron, spin magnetic momentum of the electron is developed. And also inside the nucleus there are two particles, protons and neutrons. They also having spin motion. Due to that, spin magnetic momentum of the nucleus is developed. That means in any material, the magnetic momentum is developed due to these three sources. What are the three sources? Orbital magnetic momentum of electron, spin magnetic momentum of electron, spin magnetic momentum of nucleus. So let us discuss briefly about these three magnetic momentum, how they originate magnetic momentum to the material. This is the first source, that is orbital motion of electron, which is also named as Bohr magneton. Here the schematic representation of orbital motion of electron is there. This is an electron. Here the nucleus, it revolves around the nucleus in a stationary path, that is orbit. So it is in the shape of a circular, having a radius small r, and the magnetic momentum is indicated by the letter mu. That means the motion of electron constitutes a current, and the circular path of the electron is identical to current loop. That means it looks like a current carrying loop. Such a current loops behave as a elementary magnet having some magnetic momentum. Now the total orbital magnetic momentum of an atom is the sum of the orbital magnetic momentum of individual electrons. Why? Because in any atom it consisting of a number of electrons that depending upon the element. For example, oxygen, it has 8 electrons. So what about the total magnetic momentum? Total orbital magnetic momentum is the sum of the orbital magnetic momentum of individual electrons. That means each and every electron is continuously move around the nucleus. That means each and every electron developed a magnetic momentum. That's why the total orbital magnetic momentum is equal to the sum of the individual orbital magnetic momentum of the electrons. Let us consider an atom which there is a single electron having mass m. Now it is revolving around the positive nucleus in a circular orbit of radius r. Here it is a representation. Now it is the electron revolving around the nucleus in a circular orbit with a radius of r. It has a charge E and mass m. Whenever electron moves around the nucleus, it has some velocity. It is indicated by the letter v, and it moves in an orbital, that means in a circular shape. So it has a angular velocity. So here omega be the angular velocity of the electron. Now the magnetic momentum possessed by electron which is revolving around the nucleus is indicated by the letter mu m. The suffix m means magnetic momentum. Mu m is equal to I into area. Here I is current. So I is the current in the current loop. Here A is pi r square. Why? Because electron revolves around the nucleus in an circular shape. So the area of the circle formula A is equal to pi r square. So A is equal to pi r square is the area enclosed by the circulating current. Here I is equal to EV by 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the circular orbit. So here generally current definition is rate of flow of a charge. So that means number of electrons flowing per second. So I is equal to, here charge is represented by the letter small e. So E by time is t. So E by t. Now the time can be written as distance by speed. From that, formula for t can be written as distance. So distance is, here the electron move in a circular path. So the total perimeter of the circle is 2 pi r. That means it travel a distance of 2 pi r, and the speed of the electron is represented by the letter v. So t time is equal to value 2 pi r by v. Now substitute in this formula, that means E by 2 pi r divided by v. So I is equal to formula EV by 2 pi r. So here how we get the formula I is equal to EV by 2 pi r. I is current. As we already know, the definition of current is charge per unit time. So I is equal to, charge is indicated by the letter small e. So E by t. T is defined as distance by speed. Here the distance travelled by the electron is total one circular path, that is one perimeter of the circle, that is 2 pi r, and the speed of the electron is indicated by the letter v. So substitute in the formula I. Finally we get the formula I is equal to EV by 2 pi r. So again we have to take the equation 1. Mu m is equal to I into area. Here we calculate the formula for I, that is EV by 2 pi r, and the area, circular area, is pi r square. By simple cancellation of pi and pi, here also r cancelled. So finally we get the formula for mu m is equal to EV by EV r by 2. But whenever electron move in a circular shape, it attains an angular momentum. That angular momentum is represented by the letter capital L. Angular momentum L is equal to formula m omega r square, or it can be also in terms of velocity mvr. From this formula, r is equal to L by mv. Now substitute the value r is equal to L by mv in mu m. We get mu m is equal to minus EL by 2m. Here the negative sign indicates that the dipole momentum is opposite to the vector representing the angular momentum. And here the constant minus E by 2m is named as gyromagnetic ratio. It is the ratio of simply magnetic momentum to angular magnetic momentum. So according to modern atomic theory of angular momentum of electron orbit is determined by the orbital quantum number small l, which is restricted to set of values. Small l can be taken as 0, 1, 2 and so on, n minus 1, where n is principal quantum number which is determine the energy of the orbit. It can be accept only integers. Now the angular momentum associated by the electron in particular value of L is represented by LH by 2 pi. Now substitute here in place mu m is equal to minus E by 2m capital L as LH by 2 pi. So we get the formula mu b is equal to EH by 4 pi m. Here EH by 4 pi m is called as Bohr magnetone, and the value of Bohr magnetone is 9.27 into 10 power minus 24 ampere meter square. Bohr magnetone accepted 1 unit for measuring magnetic momentum of atomic systems. In an atom having many electrons, the total orbital magnetic momentum is determining by taking the algebraic sum of magnetic moments of individual electrons. Momentum of completely filled shell is 0. An atom with partially filled shell will have non-zero orbital magnetic momentum. So this is the orbital magnetic momentum whenever the electron revolves around the nucleus in a stationary path, that is the orbital motion of electron. Now this is the one of the source developed for developing the magnetic momentum. Bohr magnetone is a fundamental unit of atomic magnetic momentum. Electron possesses magnetic momentum not less than Bohr magnetic momentum. That means for a filled electron shells the total angular momentum is 0. Atoms or ions which having only filled shells have no permanent magnetic momentum. That means they are named as diamagnetic materials. And the next concept is spin motion of electron. In addition to orbital motion, the electron spin around its own axis. So due to spinning of electron also associated with the magnetic momentum, that means the magnetic momentum due to spin of electrons is represented by the letter mu es. So here the S represents the spin angular momentum. So here mu s value is equal to gamma E by 2me into s. Here the gamma represents the gyromagnetic ratio. It is defined as the ratio of magnetic dipole momentum to the angular momentum of an electron. The experimental value of gamma for an electron is equal to minus 2.0024. The negative sign indicates the mu s, that means the spin magnetic momentum is opposite to the s direction. Here the mu value is equal to 9.24 into 10 power minus 24. That means the magnetic momentum due to spin and the orbital motion of the electron are of same order of magnitude. If the atom of a material consisting of even number of electrons, then the spin magnetic momentum of pair of electrons get cancelled due to opposite spin. That means if the material consisting of odd number of electrons, then at least one electrons remain unpaired. This gives the magnetic momentum of the atom. Otherwise, a pair of electrons are get cancelled. That means their spin is get cancelled. That means there is no organate or responses to the magnetic momentum of the atom. So this is about the spin motion of electron. The spin magnetic momentum of the nucleus. Similar to electron, the protons present in the nucleus possesses spin. The vector sum of all the protons spin is equal to the nuclear spin. That means the magnetic momentum of the nucleus is given expressed as nuclear magnetone, that is mu n. Its value is equal to E by 2m into h cross. The value of mu n is equal to 5.05 into 10 power minus 27 ampere meter square. Since the mass of the proton is nearly 2000 times heavier than an electron, so mu n is very small compared to mu b. That means simply the magnetic momentum due to nuclear spin is neglected. So the main two factors which are influence in the magnetic momentum or the spin motion of electron contributed to the permanent magnetic momentum of the atom. That means the total magnetic momentum of atom will be mainly sum of the orbital magnetic momentum and spin magnetic momentum of electron. So this is the brief explanation about the properties of magnet materials and origin of magnetic momentum, that is orbital motion of magnetic momentum. That means magnetic momentum developed due to orbital motion of electron and magnetic momentum due to spin of the electron, that is due to spin motion of the electron, and magnetic momentum developed due to spin motion of nucleons. So this is the origin of magnetic momentum. Thank you.